Czech Republic, Babiš returns. What you should know. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Big political news today from Europe. A major leadership shakeup in the Czech Republic. In this video, we break down who's in charge now, what changed, and what it could mean for the EU, Ukraine, and European politics at large. Appointment of Babiš. On December 9th, 2025, Petr Pavel, the President of the Czech Republic, formally appointed billionaire businessman politician Andrej Babiš as the country's new Prime Minister. Babiš is the leader of the populist party ANO 2011, which emerged as the winner of the October 2025 parliamentary elections. This marks Babiš's return to power after 4 years in opposition. Babiš plans to lead a coalition government including two right-wing parties, Freedom and Direct Democracy, SPD, often described as far-right and critical of the EU, and Motorists for Themselves, Auto, a smaller party that opposes EU climate policies. The full cabinet is expected to be appointed by roughly December 15th, 2025. What Babiš says he plans to do, policy signals. Babiš has criticized EU spending priorities and said he wants to defend Czech interests in Brussels. He has signaled a potential reduction of Czech support for Ukraine, including the possible termination of a Czech-led ammunition procurement initiative. He opposes EU migration policies and EU climate measures, such as carbon emissions levies, and may push back on broader EU climate and environmental agenda. The Print Plus. 1. Babiš is a billionaire whose business empire, including the conglomerate Agrofert, spans chemicals, agriculture, food, among other sectors. To address conflict of interest concerns, he announced he would place Agrofert into an independently governed trust. He still faces legal scrutiny over an alleged €2 million subsidy fraud tied to a conference and entertainment center outside Prague. Prosecutors claim the subsidy was claimed fraudulently. Babiš denies wrongdoing, though an appeals court overturned his earlier acquittal and ordered a retrial. His parliamentary allies may protect him from losing political immunity. Reuters. The shift suggests a rightward turn in Czech politics, a more skeptical stance toward EU institutions, potential rollback of support for Ukraine, and resistance to EU climate and migration agendas. For the EU and NATO. Although Babiš says he values Czech ties with the EU and NATO, his coalition's outlook may strain Prague's alignment with traditional EU policies, especially on security and foreign policy matters. For Central Europe, Babiš's return may strengthen alliances among populist and Eurosceptic governments in the region, influencing future EU dynamics, especially ahead of upcoming summits. What to watch next? Whether the new cabinet, expected Dec 15th, is approved without major disruptions. Specific policy moves, changes in Czech support for Ukraine's defense, shifts in climate, migration, and EU budget stances. How the EU and other European countries respond, both diplomatically and economically, to a more assertively nationalist Czech government. Internal political stability. Will Babiš's legal challenges resurface? Will opposition parties or public protests challenge the new coalition? Andrej Babiš is back, but this time under a different flag. With a coalition of right-wing parties, a promise to shield Czech business interests, and a starkly different European agenda. The next few months could reshape not only Czech domestic politics, but also Prague's role in Europe. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss updates on how this unfolds. What do you think? Is this a new era for the Czech Republic, or just politics as usual under old faces? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay sharp.